watch a full-length movie
on YouTube with Mike Spiegelman.
Let's watch a full-length movie
On YouTube with Mike Spiegelman.
Let's watch a full-length movie
On YouTube with Mike Spiegelman.
Hi, this is Carl. I'm Mike's friend. I wrote this song. My turn-ons are dancing in the dark, kissing on a lark, and peeing in the park. You should follow me on Twitter. It's Jokes to Carl. That's the duh of Francais, not the duh of dumbass. But never mind that. Don't follow me now. Follow me later. I mean, for right now, let's watch a full-length movie
On YouTube with Mike Spiegelman. Welcome to LWAFLMOYT. Let's watch a full-length movie on YouTube. One word with Mike
One
Spiegelman
word.
and Carl. Hi, Carl.
Hi, I liked your hyphen.
I had to throw in the hyphen in full length.
It's true to life,
It's-
using the hyphen.
A lot of people ask me about our show. By the way, welcome to our show. Carl's here. My name is Mike. Our show is Let's Watch a Full-Length Movie on YouTube here on Mutiny Radio. We're here every Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We stream first on mutinyradio.fm.
Okay.
In the heart of the San Francisco's Mission District, what a great shows they have. Go type in mutinyradio.fm, discover the station, and donate. They have fundraisers, they have Venmo, there is a Patreon page. Do us a favor, throw it in, maybe check out the podcasts on the website. We are also a podcast. We do it by our acronym, LWAFL MOYT. You can find us on any of your podcast subscriptions, and we also have a YouTube channel. We watch a full-length movie on YouTube. We talk through the entire movie. We want you to watch the movie and listen to us at the same time. If you don't have that patience, just go to our YouTube channel where Carl has meticulously synced up our podcast to the movie we are watching. Carl, what is the movie we are watching this week?
Today we will watch The Christian Licorice Store. Yes, we're going to do that. The Christian Licorice Store. Now, licorice is L-I-C-O rice. L-I-C-O-R-I-C-E.
That's not a
1971.
Okay, so we are going to go, and which channel is this movie on?
We like Dino Luca Maria Carboni.
Oh, all right, with the accent?
Dino Luca Maria Carboni. Four words.
Luca Maria Carboni is the subscription channel on YouTube that is hosting the licorice.
Signore.
No, not the Chinese liquor store, the Christian Licorice Store. Man, I have 4 questions already, just for the 4-word title. All right, so we want you to find that link, find the version, click the link, hit pause immediately. We're going to pause it, and we want you to move it to the left. And when you hear go, click go. Well, we're very excited. We have a celebrity comedian who will say go as part of our feature Celebrity Comedian Countdown. This gives you a chance to find the movie on YouTube. This gives you a chance to learn about a comedian and hear them count down. A celebrity comedian. That's right. We've had some good celebrity comedians, Carl. I don't hear them before we record, but I was just listening to our most recent episode, and I don't know, this shit's interesting. You're pretty good at this shit, dude.
Yeah, I know what to ask, and I know who to ask it of.
Uh-huh.
And of course, the best interview I've ever done is Andy Quinn.
Oh, yeah, you can find it. It's very easy to find what movie and who our guest star is by going to the website and taking a guess, because our podcasts are listed by the date we broadcast on mutinyradio.fm. All right, take it away, Carl.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Celebrity Comedian
Comedian Countdown, this time with Johnny Hollywood. Johnny!
Hey, Loud Dog, yay!
Okay, so you are a for real ass comedian. You've been on Impractical Jokers. We've seen you on True TV. One of the things I'm impressed with you about is even though you're a real comedian out there doing gigs, you have the balls to show up at all these open mics, try out your new material, mingle with these open micers.
Yeah, I guess I do that.
Now, one of the things I'm impressed with you about is you have this incredible drive to be in stand-up. I mean, you don't even have a day job.
Who says you need a day job, Carl?
If you have a drive to be a stand-up comedian, usually it's important that you don't have a day job. That way you're up at night, you're available, you can be out there and
working on it every night. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Paul, No Filter Paul used to tell a joke about my wife says I don't see her anymore. And I'm like, that's great because I'm only doing comedy 8 days a week.
At one of those gigs, I think it was in not Garfield, it was in Elmwood Park. I sang the Beatles song 8 days a week. It was right. Paul's Got a Good Marriage because he's out there doing comedy 8 days a week.
Yeah, very good.
That got a roar, but it was an inside joke, right?
Sure. That's a lot of the problems with open mics. A lot of it gets inside. It gets really cliquey, and the guys don't have any ambition to do more than that open mic. They become professional open micers. You should definitely be spreading it out and going to as many different open mics as possible. I mean, I used to drive literally like 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes 3 hours, just to go to a different open mic.
Okay, so now it is time for everyone at home to watch this movie with us. They got to press play at the exact time as we do. So let's hear a paced comedian countdown with Johnny Hollywood right now.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, let's crank up the music. I got the audio. Oh, we want to give a shout. I really
is that the great tunnel or the Bay Area after the Golden Gate Bridge?
No, it's a New Jersey comic. You've seen a lot of tunnels, right?
Yeah,
you got to go with it out.
Oh, my fans, it's a bridge and tunnel crowd.
This looks like Marin County, north. When you take the Golden Gate Bridge, you have to go through a tunnel.
Right, and especially the hills, how they're all barren wilderness.
It's California. This must be a metaphor or a simile.
Well, I don't know. You see, the beginning of a film is supposed to give you atmosphere and mood, but we're really not coming back here.
We are getting atmosphere and mood. It establishes this California. There's a tunnel that you go, and at the end of the tunnel, it looks like someone got fucked up. There's construction.
Danger.
Yeah. So it's symbolic. What a ballsy little director.
Well, this guy, you should like him. He directed half of the Monkees episodes.
Okay, I like him. Well, he done then Pop Sensibility. And that has to be Los Angeles, right? Oh, how barren.
It's got to be LA, yeah. Okay, now we're about to see the end of the film.
Oh, like in Lux Fox. Have you seen that movie? It's good.
Guess no.
Vox Lux. It starts at the ending and it rolls the end credits at the beginning of the film.
Vox Lux.
VOXLUX. And I'm sure I got the title wrong. Look out, dude. DeLorean's going to get fucked up.
Yeah. Now, look, it's not the construction site we saw a minute ago.
Oh, we got psyched out. They showed us the wrong tunnel intentionally.
I think that's a stuntman. Yeah, that's a stuntman. That's not Beau Bridges.
It could be a Beau Bridges looking stuntman.
Right.
Like they exist. Oh, this must be the tunnel.
Yeah. Now we're
at the beginning.
Modern day. Okay. We just saw the ending, but now we're at a tennis match. Why?
Oh, and there's Beau.
Right. Now, I'm sure that, like, there's a vendor who's like, licorice, get your licorice.
Get your available every Sunday. Not available. Meat version, not available on Fridays. right? They don't sell beef jerky at the Christian
Right.
liquor store on Fridays
Not
because there's
on
no meat. No.
It's Lent. This guy fucked up. He's a professional tennis player.
Carl, cut to the chase. What the fuck is a Christian licorice store?
I'm not going to cut to the chase.
God. All right. As an audience member, I'm intrigued. You named your movie.
We're waiting for the licorice vendor. You know, when you go see tennis, they always come around. Licorice. You could get Twizzlers. They frown on it, but you can.
They frown on it. Yeah.
Now when I first saw this movie, this is 4.
Okay.
I thought it was Jeff Bridges.
Well, Bo Bridges is a handsome man, and he was a handsome man as a young man as well, as you can see. Yeah, he definitely, he still looked like he did, at the height of his popularity.
But I thought it was just a super young Jeff Bridges. So I incorrectly watched the beginning of this film because he turns his face. It's not Jeff, it's Bo. So I was looking at him like, he was young.
Well, we haven't seen the opening credits, so we don't know which Bridges this could be. So you're probably like,
seen this film?
All right, you've seen this film 4 times. I've seen it once.
Okay.
Once.
Okay.
Did I make heads?
All the reporters are like, "You won today. Give me your scoop." Now it's just overkill for the reality of how many people would be there. Okay. I mean, think about how many sports magazines are here.
There's Sports Illustrated, Sports Monthly, Sports Weekly, Daily Sports.
The Daily Sports
Horse racing tip sheet.
There's Illustrated Sports of.
Oh man, it was rough before Sports Illustrated. People had to read text-only Sports Monthly.
Oh no!
Oh God, what a headache!
Pictures, right?
Well, sometimes they would use the letters to make like a tennis player, like using a
creative. It was on that purple paper.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mimeographed, stapled.
It was part of the Print Center thing. So he's the mentor?
Okay, so this guy is a former tennis star, and he is the coach. Okay? His name's JC, and he'll be a big part of our film. In reality, he's a guy who was in silent films and made the transition into sound, one of the few who actually did it.
That's cool. What a cool guy. So we're actually being introduced to him from one of the talkies he did later in his career.
Right. Now his name's Gilbert Rolland. He's Mexican, and he stopped in the 80s, but he started in the 20s.
Wow. Yeah, I'd love to check more of him out.
He was in the Cisco Kids series. That was a big deal. And he was in When We Were Strangers, Bad and the Beautiful, Thunder Bay. I don't know.
I haven't seen him.
He was a big guy at the time. Did spaghetti westerns too.
Now he's a tennis player mentor.
Okay, now we're looking at Maude Adams. And in this movie, her name is Cynthia, which is the name of my comedian wife. Okay.
Carl, I'm so disappointed that you did not say Then Came Maude. Then Came Maude. You had to get I'm getting that one out of the way.
And Then Came Maude. I don't get the joke. There's Alan Arbus. Not right now in the red sweater. I don't get the joke.
There was a TV show that I never saw because it wasn't syndicated when I was watching TV called Maude. M-A-U-D-E.
I remember Maude.
So Then Came Maude.
Is that the
name?
The theme song. That's the theme song?
Right.
I rarely checked out that show.
It wasn't really on that much.
Archie Bunker spinoff.
Yeah, so it was Archie Bunker, and then it was the Jeffersons, right? They were neighbors or something.
Yes.
And then
I don't. Yeah, they moved in.
Yeah, and then there was. Go ahead. Archie Bunker's place.
We're just meeting Maude Adams, and we're meeting Alan Arbus now. Maude, I'm just going to call her
Erica.
Should I call her Cynthia?
Cynthia.
Okay. And he's Monroe. So like I don't know what his job is or anything, but she's a photographer. And as she's leaving the like carnival circus thing they just took photos of, she goes, "Call me," to Alan Arbus. So we're introduced to him as a love interest of Maude, okay?
Alan Arbus, right? So that's like Barney Miller. right? I don't know. I've seen his face. I
Well,
know.
we saw him in Palace, Gunther's, Greaser's Palace.
Oh, Robert Downey Sr.'s film.
He
Crystal
was
Palace.
the Jesus character who came down in the parachute.
Yeah. Oh, great. Oh, yeah. Oh, of course. He was on the
Yeah.
fucking poster. I gotcha. I remember him. Now, this is a Hollywood party. And Carl, I've only seen this once, so I have no idea. But I figure that these are all real Hollywood people because half the cast are actual directors, like good directors.
That's exactly right. This is the director called in a lot of favors, but mostly the producer, the executive producer, called in a lot of favors. His name was Michael Laughlin. Well, I'll talk about it in a minute.
Sure.
We are seeing a who's who, and I failed you as a researcher.
No, Carl, I'm telling you, we would have to watch this film more than 4 times.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Look for Howard Hessman from WKRP in Cincinnati, who was also in our Munchies.
But voice only in Munchies.
Director Monty Hellman, who was going to direct this film but didn't like the script but knew the author, he's in it.
Do you recall where he is? You know, we saw one of his films.
Monty Hellman? Which one?
A little film called Cockfighter.
Oh, wow. That was
going
back.
So he did Two-Lane
Two-Lane Blacktop.
And
that was written by the same guy who wrote ours. And that's how we got him to be in it.
Well, that's pretty cool. This is
he
kind of a monkey thing. Yeah.
So we're seeing really a who's who of Hollywood in 1969. That's really what year this was shot. George Krigo, Robert Kaufman, Barney Miller creator Ted Flicker.
Wow.
You see, our director came to LA as a actor first, and he was in an improv group that had Ted Flicker in it and other names you'd know. George Siegel, Buck Henry was in it. The group was called The Premise. And so just through his networking, years later, he's doing a movie with, so Ted Flicker's in The Party. He'd go on to make Barney Miller. And of course, we know Alan Arvis was on it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, all right. That's cool. Well, I have to say, it's funny you say like he's a Monkees writer because it does have a structure. It's a really weird experimental, first film. I made a first film structure like this right now. We're being introduced at a Hollywood party.
Right.
And it's just, and we haven't even seen the credits yet.
So he directed, he didn't write anything here. He directed the Monkees.
He directed the Monkees.
Yeah. So he's a big deal. And he pretty much just let the camera go. Follow.
You know who that guy is? Is that Robert Englund? No.
I don't know, man. I really failed you as a researcher.
No, don't even worry about it. I recognize him from my cologne bottle.
It should be when I go to that guy, I say, there's Frank Thompson and there's Bill. I feel
like we should be able to do that if we watch this film continuously. Like, I think if I watch this film several times and I could figure out who's who, that's how I would do it. Go ahead.
So we didn't see Howard Hessman, did we?
I don't know.
So this is interesting. Good thing of the director. Here's our opening credits. It's 12 minutes into the film, and they're like, the viewing of our film will be in the projection room downstairs. And now we're seeing the credits of our film. It's pretty cool.
But it's our film is the character who's in the audience. The movie opens with the characters in the audience watching their own film.
Right.
With the actors,
two of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but these are real names. Lalo Schwartzen did the music. He's not. These are real people. Beau Bridges. So I don't know. Like Carl, I think this is a great stunt this director did. By pulling this, having you're in Hollywood, you're gonna die in Hollywood. You see the way you're gonna die. It starts off with you in Hollywood, and Hollywood presents your story, and that's the way you open the credits. My thing is, where do you go from there? Like once you set up such a great opening where it's so self-consciously opening a movie, once that opening scene is done, you better have a great next scene, otherwise it deflates the entire movie, because we just went through this like self-conscious, meta cool but trick. It should deliver next, and directors do that. But it's just sometimes you see a movie where like it's clever.
You should write your movie backwards.
Did you ever see Pootie Tang, where it starts off he's talking like Bob Costas, and they have a clip from the movie and they show the entire movie, and at the end they go back to the set, and he goes, "Oh, we were just going to play the trailer. We just played the whole movie," and it was that was
I did see that film, but I guess I blanked that film out because it was really bad, and so I didn't like. Like it's not just a bad reputation. You watch that film and you're like, I don't want to watch it. It's you want to leave. Okay, so now we have the inciting incident. Okay, and it's kind of late in our film, but boy meets girl. That's what happens here. This movie is about their relationship.
Yeah, I think they have chemistry in this movie, right? I mean, like they're gonna. I like Maud Adams, and young Beau Bridges is good.
And they were sexually attracted to each other in real life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sources, anonymous sources say on set.
Well, I mean,
extra.
Bridges says it. The director said it. This one woman called up the director and had a phone interview with him about this movie. The guy was 85 years old in Palm Springs. I don't know what year this was. Maybe he passed on. I'm not sure. But that interview really gave me a lot of insight.
Oh, no shit.
Film. Yeah.
Did he talk about, was it theatrically released or was it just in film festival?
Well, I mean, he didn't really talk about that. He was a little embarrassed about it. Its theatrical release was horrible. First of all, they didn't like the movie and they sat on it for 2 years. This thing was shot in 1969 and done. The film opened November 24, 1971 at the Paris Theater in Boston, 4 theaters in Detroit. It was also in 1971 screened in Greenwich Village.
Huh.
That's it. And it also never came out on DVD or VHS.
I know, that's the crazy part. I'll tell you how I found this film. I was looking for another film, and I believe it was on the channel, the Dino, our friend Dino channel. And I as I do, I always check the channel's videos.
What else?
Yeah, what else do you have? And there was this, and I couldn't believe it. Look at this, Mulholland Drive, right?
Right. I don't know if it's Mulholland Drive. I don't know.
It has to be.
It
has to be. You're a Los Angeles native. You remember this.
Well, sure. I lived in
growing up in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You lived off of Mulholland Drive. You can still see your tent over there. Look right there, your tent, right off the side of the road. Where do you live in Los Angeles? Off of Mulholland Drive.
The good old days, you used to be able to hang out that Hollywood sign and drink bourbon.
Oh, yeah,
nowadays.
Nowadays,
okay, this was filmed, it says in Houston, Texas, and I think that's the trip. But William Pereira's LACMA and theme building, Johnny's Coffee Shop, all LA, Pacific Coast Highway, Soledad Canyon, Morro Rock. I didn't get down to the specifics. I didn't find them of like, okay, they're on Mulholland Drive now.
But they're in Los Angeles. They're not in Texas, right?
Right. They're going to take it. They're going to separate for a trip. And I guess he goes to Texas.
Right.
So what's happened here is everyone went downstairs to watch the film, but not Maud. She on purpose bumps into Beau.
That's what I'm saying. So the characters get to see a movie about themselves, but they leave and they don't watch the movie. No. If had they stayed, they would have realized they're going to die in that tunnel.
No, they never went to the movie.
No, he was in the audience. But he saw Maud. He's like, I like that. I'm gonna go check out this lady. And he gets up and he leaves his own movie. He stayed for the opening, the title where it said Beau Bridges. This movie's intense.
So they hook up there, and he goes, didn't you want to see the movie? And she says, I wanted to wait and see what you did. Like, letting him know. I mean, they're just met, right? And he goes, well, did I make the right choice? And she goes, I think so. So they went to cook at her house, and now they're going to become a couple.
But they don't eat the food, right?
They won't eat the food.
Well, how do they cook for nothing? Hey, come on, you want to come over to my place? I'll make a dinner. Yeah, sure. What's for dinner? I don't know.
Yes.
Some carrots. I don't want to cook something.
Of course, they have a candle.
They sat on this movie because this movie has like a vibe of like, this is my first film.
Yeah.
You know, but it takes so many great hits, swings, you know, like even, you know, it's cool. I don't know.
It does do some good things. Now, there is a dream sequence. It's the best thing about the film, I think. When we get to that scene, I'll tell you.
Okay. In the dream sequence, is there a Christian licorice store?
All right, I'll just tell you. There's a guy who's a song, like a folk singer kind of person, like one of those singer-songwriters with a guitar, and he's in the film. He's got a song called Pleasant Street. Pleasant Street, okay? It says, the lyrics are, you don't remember what to say, you don't remember what to do, you don't remember where to go, you don't remember what to choose. You wheel, you steal, you feel, you kneel down, and all the stony people walking around in Christian licorice clothes. I can't hesitate, I can't wait for Pleasant Street. That's it. Christian licorice clothes became Christian licorice store. There's no reason.
So the lyrics are about a guy who feels alienated from people hating him, but he doesn't care about your moral clothes. And that's what he's about. That's a Beau Bridges thing. This is what he never saw. He should have stayed for they should have stayed for the movie, like, and they would have lived.
You gotta figure it out. Okay, the guy who wrote this and was a producer is called Floyd Muttbrooks.
Vroom vroom.
And he picked the name. You remember the Hollywood Nights in 1980?
Yeah, right. I haven't seen it. I know of it.
Oh, you never saw it? Okay.
Oh, I think I read about it.
Go and find Hollywood Nights. You should see that.
So I think he was still in. All right, he's still in.
So anyway, he made that film. That's okay. I won't go on about him. It's just that he had a big part in making this thing happen.
Oh, look, it's Wilson from Castaway.
Yeah, it's his first ever. This is his premiere film. He's not credited.
Not credited. Okay?
Well,
yeah. I mean, ironically, it is
like tennis racket.
He said, like, yeah, can I at least have my name in the movie? And they said, all right. Vons, John I, Johnny, oh, multiple Johnnies. Look at that. I bet that place does not exist.
So now we're having a montage of two men about town.
Let's get some roasted chicken for $1.25.
And I think all they're trying to do is say, this guy's his mentor. He's right by his side. He's his partner through everything.
Look, they're reading the newspaper in a diner. I'm so glad I went to this movie. I never have a chance to see that on the big screen instead of walking by it on the street. Did you see Marmaduke? That was really funny.
You see how he was swiping? Like, even though it was a manual thing, like when you turn the pages, when you read the paper, you were swiping. We invented swiping.
Well, you notice that he went to the very corner and pulled it because it was like dog-eared already.
Right.
Yeah. Then eating a hot dog and then going to a payphone.
Yeah. Now, Maud Adams was a model, and she only had eaten a hot dog because the director said, roll them. You know, she didn't eat hot dogs.
At this point in my life, I would not eat a hot dog and then go to a payphone. I would probably like pace myself. I would not walk into a payphone with a hot dog. No, maybe I'm older. Stan Lee. Itchy guy.
A Stan Lee cameo. Almost every film.
Barbie Twins. Hugh Hefner having a beer.
Now, Maud Adams was she was a model, but she broke into film pretty quick. She was in Rollerball as the love interest, not the love interest, like a sort of wife of James Caan. Yeah.
Yeah. She said, honey, where are you going?
Right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go outside. I'll be right back. Yeah, You're gonna go rollerball.
No, but that scene, he let her go. She was right. She was.
I don't remember that movie.
Oh, okay. But really, she was a Bond girl. The Man
Right.
with the Golden Gun, Octopussy. She was an extra in A View to a Kill. She was just there to see Roger Moore, and they made her
Was he the same? Was he the same character?
No.
Was he Octopussy?
She was okay.
I saw Octopussy. I don't remember. I don't remember that movie.
She was the only actress to play a title role in a Bond movie, which she did in Octopussy in '83.
Boom.
She played secondary Bond girl in The Man with the Golden Gun. And she was visiting Roger Moore, and they just put her in the film in The View to a Kill.
Nice.
Okay, so they met each other at the party. They had a little, sex.
Uh-huh.
And we saw a day of the two of them apart, and now they're taking a drive together. And we're going to now meet the legendary director, Renoir, Jean Renoir.
Jean Renoir.
Jean Renoir. Now, the thing is, the credits don't say France, like this was a filming location, but I mean,
this is France?
I don't
the interior?
know. Jean Renoir was a very famous director, lived of French films. He's actually the son of, Renoir, that artist.
Yeah, and the only film I know of is Grand Illusion, and I don't even think I've seen it.
Yeah, La Grande Illusion, 1937.
Oh, La Grande Illusion. Yeah.
Rules of the Game. No.
Yeah, oh, really? For Monopoly and Scrabble? I love his work. I'm very familiar.
And,
his Citizens of Catan was genius.
So the executive producer's wife was a family friend of the Renoirs in France. She was like a French lady, a Claudia, blah, 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 blah. And so they just asked him. He called in all these favors. He agreed to do it. I can't see him flying all the way to LA to do it, but this was the last major motion picture he was in, even though its release was so pathetic. This is his last.
And he's just talking about life.
Yeah, he's talking about a book he's writing, and he's complimenting Maud on how pretty she is. And he's saying that he sees the two of them being a couple, and he goes like, marry her. You will be happier for all your days. Go ahead, listen to him if you want.
Okay. Marry her. Live the rest of your life with her.
About tomorrow, about today. I will talk about you in my book. I guess that's the beginning of a love I'm witnessing now.
See, there's the talking about them being together.
But so
wait, go ahead, keep it up.
But to have the limitation and to stay on the screen, you should also walk a little bit in real life together.
This is just one take, and you're going to put it in the movie. It's a single take. I'm not going to reshoot my conversation. Chicken.
C'est pas l'enfant. Allez.
That's a beautiful hat. I really like it.
You like it, eh?
Yeah, that's really nice. Oh, let me try that. Let me see. How do I look? Wow, fit.
That's wonderful. You don't need it.
Hey, how come that tree is so strangely shaped?
Because this tree died. You know, the big trunk, which is so beautiful in the middle, is a dead tree. And this tree, even being dead, had a certain lust for life.
Now, you're right about the scene. It was a one-take scene. It was completely improvised. The only thing the director wanted was Jean Renoir in his Pierre-Auguste Renoir in his film, sort of like bragging rights. So he talks about it in that interview in his retirement home. Jean Renoir was a favor. He's like a Picasso, one of the great men of all time, a great filmmaker. So we were allowed to be in his house for the afternoon. That's why I think it's in France.
Makes sense.
You're the one of the partner. And that's not a secret.
Now, be on the lookout for Colonel Henry Blake. The internet tells me this is his first film ever. He plays a character called Smallwood. I never saw him once, and I saw this film 3 times.
The Renoir thing, I saw this once when he was talking. I was really interested, like he was talking about them, but then I realized like he's a famous person,
Right.
he's a famous director, and he's made better movies. It's the same thing as Monty Hellman. It's like it just, and then I'm like, I get back to what he's saying, and I have no idea what he's saying because he's just rambling about. So that's what I was going to bring up, but I'm sorry about that, Carl.
Now, this guy also did the Muppet movie. This director.
Oh, great.
So you see, he would go on to do great things. Now, the thing is, he directed 58 episodes of The Monkees, and then he shot this film. He's only 33 years old here. He would go on to do like Cagney and Lacey, Smallville, Judging Amy, Ghost Whisperer. You know, he was out there. Oh, yeah, check this out, Mike. His father was Fred Mertz in I Love Lucy.
There you go.
That's his dad.
That's how I know. That's his connection to Renoir. He's like, oh yeah, I'm a big I Love Lucy fan. My favorite is that unhappy couple. They would walk into the house together. But that's my dad.
Now, we never saw Fred Mertz's bedroom because they slept in the same bed. They weren't in separate beds.
They were not happy. Like Lucy and Ricky, they were happy because they slept in separate beds.
Right, exactly. And, you know, Lucy had her sleep apnea machine, and that posed its own challenges.
Oh, yeah.
So they had separate beds.
They couldn't say sleep apnea machines back in the 50s. They would have to like say, oh, that event. Very controversial. It was the first sitcom to bring it up.
Now, this is really like, I don't know. I think we're supposed to think of it as like their relationship, them sharing. But in truth, it's Beau Bridges talking about his childhood. Like, okay, now they're going to separate because Beau is going on a trip. And so she'll be home alone while he is, I guess this is when they go to Texas, while he plays a match. And the thing is, like, they have very separate experiences, but they both like go on dates. Are there birds over by you?
Oh, do you hear birds?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always around. I had the windows open. The whole neighborhood could hear me.
Now, look, you remember airplane food?
Right. Yeah, you get it with a side of wine.
I guess they're in first class, but people don't know that in coach, you would get a meal. You would get a sort of TV dinner kind of meal.
That's a very TV dinner looking meal.
Yeah.
Well, they got a lot of anemones. Look, there's a rotary phone right behind them. Like
now,
if you
what he's saying is like, they want you to do a commercial. And he goes, should I do it? And he's like, you know what? I mean, he was a tennis player. He's not a manager like, yeah, he wants money. He's more of a manager. I don't know if it's a real person in the real world, but he's advising him not to take the commercial, just focus on tennis.
Like a Wheaties box?
Yeah, that kind of thing. I think it was for a hairspray. And he goes, I don't even use hairspray. And he goes, I know, that didn't seem to discourage them.
This is pretty cool. You're a silent movie star, and then you're like,
yeah,
get to play a first class traveler.
Now, he started in the 20s, and talkies came what? Late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah, right.
So we saw like Harry Langdon from the 20s and the General and Fatty Arbuckle on our show. So like he came from that era, but we really don't know what his parts were. It might have been that he wasn't a star and he didn't have a problem to transition to talkies because he wasn't one of the stars of Silence.
And he has a good voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's another Wilson.
Ripped his head right off. Poor Wilson.
Ooh, I always wanted to know what it was like to play tennis in the early 70s. Oh, late 60s.
Yeah, this is 1969. Yeah,
You have to wear eyes out sweater.
right.
So,
It's tennis.
yeah. Boing, boing. Good taunt. Yeah, these bands feel good. Everything looks all right.
Now, the
Oh, right.
wife of this executive producer, she also got Maud Adams to be in this film. She did a lot for this this movie.
When I watched this film, and I only watched it because it looked like a talkie. I just wanted to make sure I knew what they were saying. But he goes, okay, M or W when they're picking who serves first. And
Oh,
then
right.
and then he spun the Wilson racket. So the W turned into an M while it spun, and then it stopped, and then it was so and so.
I didn't even notice. I noticed that the very first time I watched it ever, but I forgot about it. I didn't even notice that other times. And it's kind of weird. I guess that's a standard thing. You would know if you were a tennis person, right?
Right. Do you think everyone here was excited playing extras in the Christian liquor store? They signed a release form. There was a craft service table.
Here's another thing. Before the match, they're friendly lobbing a ball together, volleying a ball. Does that sound right either? In tennis,
I don't know, I was very disappointed in my first tournament when I went there. I was like, oh, I thought there was going to be sets. Like I had my list. I
you
was
had
ready.
your 5 minutes ready.
Yeah. There's no sets tonight.
And whack! Whoa, he got him. He got him good. Golf clap.
Golf clap.
Okay, he's winding up and pitch. Oh, he got him.
A lot of the stuff so far in this film is impressive. That shot of the plane going up and the fact that Beau Bridges is playing tennis. Like, what? How many actors would be like, okay, I'll play tennis. I'll learn tennis for a role. I wouldn't.
Money's money. He was young.
Yeah. Maybe he knew how to play tennis. I
guess. The real Beau Bridges was a basketball player and a big deal, even though he wasn't a tall person. I don't have it in front of me, but he played college ball and he was offered like an NBA thing, seriously. But he became an actor instead. All my write-up about him here is all about his family, Who's his dad? Who's his brother?
Yeah.
Ew. Gross.
Oh, phew. Let me get out of here. Whoa.
Now we're with Maud, and who should be there but Creepy Monroe? Now, Monroe is a jerk in this film. Like, she's like, call me. He's trying to like get in her pants, but at the same time, he nags her. It's weird.
It looks like he's trying to get into her wardrobe. I mean, they almost match. Oh, he berates her?
Yes. No, berate means like, basically he criticizes her. You smoke too much. You need to make I don't know. He badgers her. And he's on a date with her. It doesn't make sense.
Well, see if it works, I guess. Not going to work.
Now, Beau is...
Oh.
Okay. You see JP's making notes. It's JC. JC's making notes. His name is Jonathan Carruthers, JC.
I thought he was scratching a scratcher.
Oh, you thought it was... what's a scratcher?
Like one of those lottery cards.
Oh, he's doing a scratch off. Well, he's got a pen.
Oh, yeah.
So he's writing. And
find a quarter.
Beau Bridges is like fucking up in this match.
Wow. We flew over to Texas to watch him screw up. I guess this is exciting. So far there's a storyline, right?
The storyline is boy meets girl. So the storyline so far is this guy's a up and coming tennis player. He's got a good mentor, coach person. He meets a girl. They go on a date. It looks like they're going to get together. They meet Renoir, and now they're separated. Now, when he gets back, it's the first time he's a little mean to her, you see. See, Bogle just keeps losing. He keeps missing the ball.
He probably realized he sucks in tennis. Like, what am I doing here? It's good. It's a story plot. Usually they win.
Right. We've seen that before, like the bowling film we saw.
Yeah.
And like just win.
That sports montage of him losing. I like the 80s song that they. You're a loser. Do. Get on the church court and lose. Zero love for you.
Well, this was filmed in '69, so they were playing the Beatles song.
Oh, yeah. How did that go?
I'm a loser.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a loser, and I'm not what I appear to be.
Well, then what's the Tim Buckley song? Maybe we could get some loser in there.
The Tim Buckley song will be played, and you could turn up the music when, Maude will be taking pictures of him.
Is Monroe with her?
Monroe is not. Monroe's going to go away after he acts like an asshole at dinner.
All right. Hey, loser.
Yeah, well, we're in the middle right now, and he's giving him, you're not following through on your backhand. You're playing his game. He's got to play your game. Okay, turn it up, because he's going to berate Maude. Like, I think you're right to use that word. I don't know if you're right.
No, it's negative. There's a term for it.
I know how to take care of myself. Don't get involved.
That's it, you don't.
He's on a date.
That's a good point.
Will you please? I know how to run my life.
Keep it on. Say it.
You also smoke too much.
Okay, that's good. I just wanted you to hear what a jerk he was. But look, now I failed you as a researcher. I cannot find out who that man is on stage. It looks like
no problem. This place is so weird. Okay, I've only seen this film once, but it's like a nightclub or a guy's house or something. So, no, it's a nightclub right here. I guess the Hollywood House Mansion. But yeah, it's cool. It's like you have a dinner, you have a brandy. You sit down, there's a brandy waiting for you, or you sit down on a table with someone left. You drink their leftover brandy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so much cheaper your night when you do that.
I usually look for those bottle service. Like if someone left a bottle, I would sit on that table and then it's easy because you could just drink from the bottle. And you're actually helping them because it's a lighter bottle to take off the table.
That's very true.
Yeah.
I'm for the common man. So he's having a much better night than she was. There's Meatloaf, I guess.
Oh,
it's a horrible song. Horrible song.
This is back when he was Tuna Helper. So we're in Texas.
I guess yes.
The pawn shops.
Houston.
It is Meatloaf.
He's got this horrible song. I would Google it a million ways. Performers in the Christian Licorice store, musical performances. Just try music. I just couldn't find it.
I Googled it and Google shut me down. They said, yeah,
we don't want you to know. Right. We're paid to not allow this. He does not want you to know. Okay, so you can see they're both on dates. Hers is shitty and his is sexy.
Well, must be attracted to losers.
Now, did you see that her boobs were used as flotation devices? You see them on a trampoline, and that's really before, like, you know, America's Home Videos, right?
Right.
Everyone would get their asses kicked on a trampoline.
Oh, yeah, back then it was perfectly safe.
Look at his unshaved face,
And
right?
it's pretty cool. Oh, and so she's literally going to the airport.
Right. She's going to the airport. Now, this is a pre-9/11 time, so she'll be able to walk right up to the gate when he gets off the plane, where he gets off the plane.
This is LAX. You know, I could tell, man, because of that runway. It's still the same after all these years.
Yeah, I can tell what this airport lacks. LAX.
Oh, yeah. See, there you go.
There it is.
There it is.
Look like a Fisher-Price design, right? Fisher-Price toys.
I always think like Batman. It's like a villain.
Ah, yeah.
Or it's a revolving restaurant.
Justice League. I guess that's the one, right? The Justice League.
Yeah. Or C Lab 2020.
Yeah, right. So this was before when it was Earth Lab, Ground Lab.
Ground Laxland.
Now look how she just parks.
Right, opens up her car.
Yeah. Oh,
Leaves
I broke down. That's going to fool everyone, Maud.
Oh, that's what you do back in the day at the airport. You would drive up to the curb, open up your truck, and then go in there, and it'll be like, oh, put your lights on.
Do you remember when we were kids, you'd see cars broke down on the side of the road all the time? All the time. You don't see that today.
No. Well, people have better access to calling and...
Now, Maud took the conveyor belt because it was quicker to get in to the airport.
Have you guys seen my camera? I checked it in. Oh, there it is. It's on the conveyor belt.
Now, look what the director does. He gives Beau Bridges stress. Okay, so he goes to Texas, loses, cheats on his girl. Now he can't get his bag. So it doesn't really lead anywhere good, but okay. See, their relationship's going to start to deteriorate. So he does a half-assed job of, he doesn't do it in a good sequence, in my opinion, because there's breaks of now they're going to be happy to see each other, It's, I understand what he's doing, but I don't know if it was well done.
This is all going to lead to them driving into a tunnel and dying.
No, they will be estranged at that point. Only Beau Bridges will die. As a matter of fact, after he's dead, he'll still be, his commercial that he did, that she advised him not to do, will be on the TV, and she'll be watching it, not knowing that he's gone.
That's good closure. Oh, so this is a parable about the being young and talented in a corrupt city, Los Angeles.
Yeah, it is about getting corrupted by the Hollywood lifestyle, but it's not really done very well. I mean, Beau Bridges does the brooding. It wasn't like exterior forces separated them, like he took the movie role and now he ignores her. That doesn't happen. Nice to meet you, JC.
JC, this is Wilson. Wilson, JC. Oh, I've heard promising things about you, young man.
Yeah.
A fellow silent movie star, I see. Wow, he has a camera like this isn't like a blue screen shot either. Like they have like rigs that
like a trailer. They're on a trailer probably.
Yeah.
Now they're lying about what they did on their, while they were apart.
Oh, I won all these games. It's great.
Look, it's not a trailer.
But maybe like they're in a fruit truck in front of them. Oh, nope.
Whoa, dude. That was dangerous. Cut. Would you mind biking out of my shot?
Hey, for the next scene, can I just sit in the back seat? I think that'll be safer.
Now the director's giving him more stress. They're looking for a parking spot. Are you leaving? No. Oh, here's a spot. And there's going to be an old lady, not an old lady, but here it is. Turn it up, turn it up.
Around the block. Go on.
This spot is reserved. My husband's going around the block.
Yeah, that's cool. She brought her a chair. When people sit down, they put a chair and they sit down in the parking spot. Or they just leave the chair.
Now, she passed the only good spot. So he's furious in a polite way. So he's like, that's it. I'm driving. People are honking at him.
Is that his car? Like, what's with this weird yellow car?
I guess it's her car. It is her car.
Oh, right. He had the other one.
Right. She met Monroe while she was driving away in that car. So now he's like being mean to her. Like, would you leave me alone, please? He's just frustrated. But you would think that would lead to a continued segment of them declining, but it gets interrupted again. These rude sailor guys come up and like insult him. He's not a man and try to take his girl. And then Beau Bridges gets slick and he goes, hey guys, we just got back from the hospital and my wife had a miscarriage. We'd like to be alone. Is it okay? And they're like, yes, you know.
Oh, I want to hear. All right, so I'm going to get this number.
Excuse me, fellas. My wife and I just came from the hospital. She had a miscarriage, and you have to be alone. Would you excuse us? I appreciate it. Thank you.
We missed the taunting. It was a good reverse when Beau shut this thing down.
That's a shitty thing to say, though.
Yeah. Well, it is, but they were being pig assholes. They were like saying, this guy's not a man. Can you believe she's going out with him? You know, so they could overhear. Why don't we help her out? Okay. Excuse me, buddy. Right. And he goes, okay, this is a weird scene. I don't think it's improvised, but it feels that way. It's just them having lunch or something, but he's going to reminisce about the good old days of LA.
Oh, yeah.
Before,
as one does.
But before it really became Hollywood like it is today, sort of like in the silent era when they were all making fish burgers, really, you know?
Right, out in the woods.
But now it's a super populated place. Like the town grew around him. So is a cop driving past your LA home right now? I heard the siren, did it?
Yeah, it's still going.
Are you in the mean streets? You're in the hood?
Oh, I'm in the Mission District, in the studio.
Oh, right,
yeah.
Right. Yeah, me too. I'll be at Pamtastic's Funhouse tonight.
No, yeah, right. And then I'll be at the late show, the midnight show. I'll be locking up the studio. Ooh, middle finger.
Middle finger. Fuck you. Fuck you and your tennis skills.
I should I have the windows open. It was kind of a mistake today.
Your ride's here, Mike.
Hey, I gotta go. My ride's here.
There was that super bad movie, and he's like, would you please handcuff me? Or maybe it was the cop's idea. Remember that scrawny little guy? Get off me, coppers! And they put him in the car just to get a buzz going around his school or whatever it was. So this scene just drones on and on and on.
You know what? Someone called the cops on me for stepping on your raw research. That was good. Yeah, I just felt like this is another example. Like they just let this guy go, and he does these great stages, and then the static conversation. You're just like, well,
yeah, you know, he believes that he was making a European style film, and like a lot of the internet believes that too. But I just kind of don't see it. Where I think I have some flowery language about that somewhere. By the way, Laverne and Shirley were going to be on this film. They ended up in the cutting room floor. He didn't know who he had. He had both Penny Marshall and Cindy Williams in very small parts in this film, 5 years before Laverne and Shirley. But they didn't make it into the film.
They were cast out of the store. Clearance.
But the thing is, if Laverne and Shirley appeared in the same film, this would have been a talking point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure people would know this film. They would be on the cover
Right.
of the box.
It would
Sorry,
have a
Penny Marshall
resurgence.
and Sidney Williams.
So JC is done remembering the old days. And so he goes, well, I was planning to die this evening, so I really must get to it. So now he's gone off to die in his sleep.
We'll never see him again.
That's right.
Well, I guess their relationship is better.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Now it's good.
Everybody's talking about it.
The Christian Licorice Store.
Christian Licorice clothing. So do you mean like church clothing where it has that color licorice?
I don't know what it means.
Like a blouse?
She just said, do you think someday we'll be able to tell each other all of our secrets? And he goes, I think so. And then he goes, but then again, maybe not. And it's sort of like a melancholy ending, still showing us that things will fall apart.
All right. But first, hey, crew, let's take a break. That's what I say. That's what the director says before he plays pool.
He goes, that's your cue to take a break.
The camera was behind the 8 ball.
Your camera work. Okay, so here they are in like the doing it scene, but it's after. And she's like, the best things in life happen when you're naked. But like he's distant and he says stuff like, can you leave me alone, please? But meanwhile, he's all kissing on her and I don't know.
Well, it seems like at a certain point he starts to erode, right? Like he's this rising star. And he's here in Hollywood. They made a movie about him. He's the star of his own film, technically.
Yeah, but it's already begun, you see, and he's not doing those things you're talking about.
Right, yeah. But then he gets more and more, I guess, irrelevant, right? Like he gets more and more irrelevant as this film goes. Like he can't play tennis. He's cheating.
No, he's okay playing tennis and everything. It wasn't the beginning of the end. He's going to go on and win and stuff. I don't know. This movie's really about their relationship. And I got to tell you, the way it falls apart has nothing to do with exterior forces. It's all Beau Bridges' character. So it isn't that Hollywood corrupted a pure soul, you know?
Right. Well, I always felt that way because he does the commercial. That, you know, he wasn't supposed to.
Well, she advised not to. JC advised not to. But he broke up with her and JC died. So there was nobody left to say no.
He really did die? Like they just like had post-coital conversation about the death of like, oh, that was fantastic. You were great. Hang on, let me catch my breath. Hey, did you hear the news? JC followed up on his and died. In his sleep. See, this gotta be careful. I don't want to get a tennis elbow.
Now they did not really do it in the movie.
All right.
At least there is no internet report that PP and JJ shook hands.
Sidney, Laverne and Shirley were in bed with them. It was amazing.
Okay. Now here is like a good scene. And in my opinion, like I want to watch the film in this interesting camera work and
black and white and dream sequence.
See,
it's under pressure.
Yeah.
He created 80s music videos. the band plays the referee, the rest of the band. He's the star of the music video, and the rest of the band are in the audience, right? Like maybe the bass player is the judge or whatever. Ref.
Now you see how JC stands to the side and judges him, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. You didn't really see that in the film, except for that one time he was. I don't know. He was a very friendly character. I don't see how this is.
Huh, that shot is nothing but net.
that shot was nothing but net. And it was a tennis film.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at him.
Oh, is he dead?
Oh, yeah.
So whose dream did we watch? JC's or
Yeah, we were watching JC's dream.
As he dies.
Right.
As promised. He promised he would die in his sleep. He didn't promise the dream sequence. That's the trick. You got to under promise and over deliver.
Over deliver. That's it. He's gone. We're seeing pictures of his life. Mexican hat. Now she will inform Maud. I mean, he. Hey, Wilson.
Wow. So these are all his photos, his headshots from the last 10 years.
Well, that's Beau Bridges, his mentor, his protege. Is that the word?
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. Ooh, so bright.
There's his pink robe, right? The stylish.
He was just going to walk into his mentor's bedroom.
Well, who? Beau Bridges? He's nowhere nearby.
Oh.
This is like across town over in Dead World.
So this is just a cameraman being artsy about it. Oh,
yeah, he made a full circle and showed pictures of his life.
Oh, she walked in and found him. I got you.
No, nobody found anybody.
Oh, she got the news. So the cameraman did it.
The cameraman killed JC.
And then shot a music video. He shot an Aerosmith video. Wow.
Funeral.
You know, Hertz is #1 in car rentals.
Yeah, when Budget heard that news, it hurts.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Okay,
thank you
for watching. Oh,
damn.
Damn it.
Right, he has to die at the end.
Pacific Coast Highway. Now you see that car and you said, maybe he's going to die. Maybe he's going to die. But nope.
Nope, not DeLorean. Huh.
Okay, so the guy playing the guitar in this, I forget his name, but he made a really big deal about it on his website. Like this was the greatest thing ever. You'll never even see his face.
Wonk, wonk. Gee, wonk. Strum.
Right.
I knew of a bag.
You see his nose?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you're going to see. On his website, he's like, I was in a major motion picture, the Christian liquor store. Also at Frank's Garage and Pizza Shop on March 27th. I'll be at Bazurga's open mic on March 44.
I'm going to check him out.
He was in that movie, remember? Christian Liquor Store?
Christian Liquor Store, yeah.
Oh, Licorice Pizza? No. Not Licorice Pizza.
Oh, no, not Licorice Pizza. It played in the Village for one day.
Right. It was screened in the Village. Now, it was released in Texas and where was it?
Boston.
No,
Paris.
Yeah, Boston. But, you know, I don't know. There are no budget numbers on this film that maybe that's not true and I just didn't write them down, but this film didn't make money. It just spent money.
Well, that's my album cover right there.
This is all just brooding and I don't know. It's a bummer. His friend died. I just got on Facebook Messenger. Look who died and a link. That's
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to get a thing that said, sorry, guys, I was hijacked.
Is there a link? You should click it.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
you're in my contacts, right? You will be receiving emails.
Uh-huh.
From
I'm going to
me.
tell you, listen, Carl, your Bank of Massachusetts account has been hacked. You better check it. Click here. They had this whole pier they could sit on when they go to the rocks.
It's all very boring.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about this film is like I feel like he loses interest, or like the movie loses interest with him.
It does. I mean, now she'll be asking him, "How do you feel about JC?" And he'll freak out. Don't ask me how I feel. Because he's a dude.
Right.
So there's a little drama at that moment, but other than that, this is just walking around, remembering, talking about JC. The guy who wrote this music, right? The score by composer Leo Schifrin, who you called out in the credits. He wrote the theme for Mission Impossible.
I knew I recognized that name.
He also wrote the scores to Cool Hand Luke, Bullets, THX 1138, which is the same year as this, Enter the Dragon, The Four Musketeers, Amityville Horror, Rush Hour Trilogy, blah, 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 blah.
Gotcha.
Dirty Harry films. So he's a big deal. And Fred Mertz is this guy's dad. I think that's so cool. Ethel, you're driving me crazy.
Oh, Fred. You could hear it in her voice. He just not want to be there. Hey, Lucy, let's go to the club. I'll come. Oh, God, no.
So he just yelled at her, and now he's trying to explain himself. I'm a cool guy, see? First guy who ever told me how to handle girls said, like, you got to be cool.
Now that I got you to the most remote space in Los Angeles, I'm going to start flipping out.
Now, you'd know his dad is Lloyd Bridges.
Yeah.
His name is Lloyd Burnett Bridges III. That's his name. His parents immediately started calling him Bo after Ashley Wilkes' son in Gone with the Wind, 1939, a book they were reading at the time.
Interesting. So that's why it's Beau.
Right, like the French beautiful.
Yeah.
He appeared with his father in 5 films. And here it is. This is interesting. Lloyd Bridges, Dylan Bridges, his son, and Bo Bridges. They played 3 generations of the Crest family in Outer Limits Sand Kings, 1995. I just think it was neat. They were in it as father, son, and grandfather, father, and son.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Take that, Bo. Take that, Kirk Douglas.
Yeah, that's right. With your one generation. Wait, did they?
No. It's there was a movie. It's like it runs in the family, or it has to be family, and it had
what did
Kirk
we
Douglas,
see?
Michael Douglas. We saw Diamonds with Dan Aykroyd and Kirk. He just had a stroke and he was acting. And also this movie I saw where it was Michael Douglas's son. I think Cameron Douglas was in it.
We saw him in that Adam and Eve movie.
National Lampoon's Adam and Eve. I think he co-wrote that or something.
So now he's just sick of her. He's sick of her.
Whoop. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't want to be in this picture anymore.
But you see, he's sick of her, but not because they said, come out to a Hollywood party tonight. And she goes, I don't want to go. It wasn't like that at all. Where were you on Friday? I got a last minute offer for a commercial. There's none of that. It isn't really what the internet talks about. He's corrupted by Hollywood. He's not. He decides he doesn't like her on his own. His manager just died and he's all bummed out.
But he's
going into the bathroom to hide.
He doesn't have like vodka under the sink. But the beginning of the movie is like Miss Lonely Hearts. It's like, what's not Miss Lonely, Day of the Locust. It's just this It reminds me of Somewhere, the Sofia Coppola movie with Stephen Dorff driving his fancy sports car as a movie star, and he stops the car and he walks away from the Hollywood, like the DeLorean, the tunnel leading towards Hollywood, going through real nature, drilling a hole through nature, and then getting to a disaster area underneath Hollywood. It's all a metaphor.
Should I see that movie?
Well, I'm talking about the opening of this film, right? Like, do we have a tunnel? We go through somewhere. You should absolutely. I like that movie a lot.
Okay, Vox Lux was your first recommendation.
Yeah.
What's this one called?
Somewhere.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it's good. It's Stephen Dorff as a movie star, and so that's the Hollywood metaphor. Coppola, and he has a fancy car that symbolizes the lifestyle. Wow, they had to blur out the hotel art.
Wow, really? I didn't know.
Well, it did. Sometimes with YouTube, I'm like, I love this digital. I love how dark this movie looks. And I'm like, oh, it's like it's YouTube.
Look, she knows he's lost his interest. Now we see two sports things for some reason. We see Lou Gehrig and we see Babe Ruth.
Ooh, okay. Are we gonna get the speech?
I mean, that's coming up in the second segment.
Okay. Love baseball.
Yeah, and Babe Ruth was a hell of a woman.
So this you figure you'd watch nothing but like tennis, but not him.
Right. Now here's Lou Gehrig.
Oh, here's the speech. Today, Carl took my parking spot as I was driving into the stadium.
Now, the thing is, like, they always make that dumb joke that Lou Gehrig died of Lou Gehrig's disease. What are the odds of that, right?
Right.
But how come they never make that joke for leukemia?
Oh, yeah, leukemia. He was.
Well, don't you think it's odd? Louis Leukemia died of leukemia.
What about your friend Co?
What are the odds of that?
Yeah, COVID? Never.
Louis Leukemia. Okay, now he's going to win.
Oh, so finally.
No. This must be JC in his youth.
Oh, all right. Well, that explains why we're watching it. Because I went from the baseball to this.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I feel like he just left this film.
You know what's weird, Mike? I zoned out during the sports stuff and missed that every single time I saw this film.
Because this film's like letting you, allowing you to zone out.
Right. Look, we're looking at his
Hollywood lifestyle. Look, he said it a lot. It's a studio. Oh, see, this was in the opening credits. Oh, they're shooting his commercial. Oh.
Now, the clapboard in this scene says the Christian Licorice Store.
Well, maybe that's the cologne he's selling in 1969.
Oh, wait. Vertical hold, horizontal hold.
Oh, yeah. Classic. Shooting TV on film.
Sports Illustrated.
He's selling out. Look at the seats. Sold out show. Oh, here we go. Here's Tim Buckley.
Okay, you can listen if you want.
Oh. That's funny. My neighbors hate me already today. I mean, my studio neighbors.
It's a good-looking guitar.
Yeah, suede.
So this is his.
Tweed.
This isn't really his cameo in the film because he'll be in another scene in which they're on a picnic.
He's not performing. He's just getting a sandwich.
He's
potato salad.
Right. And Maud's not taking any pictures, and he finds it peculiar. I just saw him take one, but he'll say that at the end.
She's taking one right now.
Yeah, I don't know why, though. That's what... Yeah, I guess right now she just looks at him and he says that. Look at smoking in the studio. That's so stupid.
Right.
But
Well, even with the big lights like that. She looks so
remember,
glamorous.
you would just smoke anywhere. Remember, you would absolutely.
All right, turn on the keg lights. You want to smoke? Yeah. Ugh. Put on some pants.
Some of the greatest things happen when you're naked. Maybe that's why they're showing this scene. I don't know. Like,
He's posing as Bigfoot.
No, that's it. They're no longer. They are not an item anymore. They are split up because Bo just sort of quit on her.
Right.
Now here's Monroe again. As soon as Bo is out of the...
He brought his family. I want Mom and Dad. I want you to meet my parents. We'll go on a picnic.
Well, it's the folk singer.
Oh, right.
Alan Arbus, Maude Adams, and then another person who the internet didn't care to even tell me about.
+1.
So, of course, Monroe asks, I heard your friend was in a movie. And she goes, I don't know. We haven't talked to him in a long time. Like, they're all split up now. That's the folk singer.
Right. Mystery woman. Oh, the old carousel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like a good time. Like, okay, guys, why don't you take a break and stay in character and shoot? Oh, they had chestnuts?
Now they're talking little talk, like, I want pesticide for the ants. I don't spray that stuff. It's all natural, blah, 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 blah. But then he asks, I heard your friend was in a movie. And she goes, I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a long time. And he says, do you miss him? And she goes, sometimes. I don't know. They're split up now. It doesn't really lead to anywhere. We don't understand why. And like, he stopped seeing Monroe. So I guess if Bo is gone, she will be back to Monroe. I don't know.
Well, I don't understand. Like, this movie is about him. I mean, it's their relationship and stuff. So that's why we're seeing more of her right now. But
yeah,
finally,
that's the thing. This whole movie is about their relationship
from his
now
perspective.
We're seeing them apart. We're about to get an acid trip. Right now, we're going to get a trippy. I think the dream was much better, but
right.
That's what we're going to get.
This is a drunken night out.
It's a
Is he tripping?
That's the vibe I get as the scene goes on. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The director's doing that kind of. But the thing is, he is at a Hollywood party, I guess. But Hollywood didn't make. He broke up with Maude for no Hollywood reason at all.
But he's not practicing tennis right now. He's going out.
Right. And if he's tripping on acid, then it's not cool for his athleticism, right?
Oh, man. That looks like a tough room to perform at. The guy tap dancing in the living room.
Yeah. Tap dancing is just as cool as being a mime. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really entertainment you hire anymore.
I saw these two guys whistle. They had a whistling act. Like, it was kind of a vintage style radio vaudevillian trick. And it was like, well, yeah.
My son wants to be a mime now. So he was upstairs in his room. And I was like, hey, keep it down up there. He was practicing his miming. Keep it down. Do you get the joke? So here he wakes up alone in a swimming pool the day after either a drunken thing or a trippy
trip.
Thing.
Didn't he asked you if you were a mime and you said, no, you're no son of mime. Because you weren't a mime. He's your son. So and he's no son of mime.
No son of mime.
Oh God, what a night! This when I passed out, it was filled with water.
Right. I was so thirsty when I went into school. Oh my God.
Did I drink? How much did I drink?
I gotta pee.
It's classy of him not to pee in the pool. Oh no, I take that back. Here he comes.
Now look, he just pulled a girl out of the bushes.
He must have. We might. That's in the director's cut. That scene where they meet. You don't think he's having a decadent Hollywood lifestyle right now?
I think he is having a decadent Hollywood lifestyle right now. But I'm saying the internet was trying to say he gets corrupted by Hollywood. That's not what happened. He hit rock bottom, so he went to Hollywood's world.
Wait a minute. What's he?
He's saying my driver left. Let me borrow your car. So he goes, sure, man, whatever you want, man.
It's a DeLorean. Is it DeLorean? My fingers are crossed. We're getting to the DeLorean.
The doors that go up straight to the sky, is that only DeLorean? Because then, yes, it's a DeLorean.
Yeah, I think that was his signature trick. Okay.
Nobody else did. Okay, so there it is.
Dun, dun, dun. It's like Donnie Darko. Oh, no, it's the bunny rabbit.
The rabbit. Why do you always wear that stupid rabbit costume?
Do people drive DeLoreans like that? Like, does that feel cool?
I guess it has to. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it in the film. It looks like it's going to be a plane.
Right.
I saw one of those. A car can transform into a plane, but you had to stop and click it all into place.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to put the wings. What you do, like the model kit.
So our movie's going to end now. There's Beau Bridges, not a stunt person.
He likes to drive these vintage. He gets a chance to drive all these vintage cars around.
Yeah. I guess that's Beau Bridges, not a stunt person.
Wow. So Bridges is entering a tunnel.
And screech, we hear. We don't even get to see it. We hear a screech.
Early 70s ending. Oh, here's the commercial. Hey, oh man, my balls are shaft after a match like that. That's why I use talcum powder. Talcum powder is good. It stays on the short and curlies and soothes my testicles after a great match. Whether it's Wimbledon Open, US Open, or just go to ShopRite, Johnson cancer-free talcum powder keeps your balls feeling light on the court like a good tennis player.
I went to the US Open. They were closed.
Available at all Christian Licorice stores. Speaking of which, that was Christian Licorice store. With Beau Bridges and Vaughn Adams. Let's take a moment before we even just see there's Monty Hellman.
The late Gilbert Gottfried.
Which like Gilbert Gottfried.
Joe Renoir.
There's some movie people. Larry Gelman, that's a movie guy. That's the writer of MASH, right?
He was the assistant director.
But there's I thought that was like Mark Martikoff, some Hollywood producer. Oh, here we go. Let's take a look.
Yeah, let's see if we can find the MASH guy.
There we go. Mike, do you see Mike Medavoy?
Yes.
He's produced like every film you've seen. Like he's a real Hollywood producer.
He was in the party scene.
Yeah. That's why
they all had lines and stuff.
It's kind of like, you ever see that Orson Welles' last movie where it takes place at a Hollywood screening?
Sugar Bear. No, I didn't see it. What's it called?
The Other Side of the Wind. Netflix bought the exclusivity, so you can see it on Netflix.
The Other Side of the Wind?
Yeah, and then there's a documentary about it, which is a little as interesting. It's an interesting movie.
Okay. Pleasant Street. Written and performed by Tim Buckley.
So the Christian Licorice store is located on Pleasant Street.
They were wearing Christian Licorice clothes.
I know, they were looking down at me with their their Christian Licorice clothes. So is it like church clothing Christian, or like the licorice is Christian? What's like Jewish licorice is something I'm more familiar with, I guess.
You're more familiar with Jewish licorice,
Yeah,
which is that anise, the black licorice.
that's licorice. Has a little. It's kosher, I guess. Oh man, Carl, whew, what a trip! What do you think of the Christian licorice store?
I didn't. It was good for your show. There was lots to talk about.
I don't think anyone's heard of this film. When we finally found a film, yeah, I mean, there was some really neat tricks in there, but honestly, like, it just seemed a little. It missed the mark, But
Mhm.
he does go for some. The director does some big swings, like, and having the film literally be part of the movie, the opening credits.
Oh yeah, that was really, really pretty cool. The way that the opening credits were in the film they were watching.
Yeah.
And 12 minutes into the film.
So, and then there's some other shots like it isn't like a boring, a stock footage of a plane leaving. It's like you put a camera underneath the plane,
Mhm.
like, so there's some neat stuff, but I feel like the character just loses interest and like leaves.
Yeah.
And we know he's
I
going to
like
die.
the dream sequence. You're right that like we lose interest because Bo Bridges lost interest in everything. In his girlfriend and
well, gosh. Well, now we never have to talk about this film. Good news. We're going to watch another piece of shit movie next week.
Okay. All right. I'm looking forward to it.
Next Sunday, we are watching Drive-In Massacre from 1970. Drive-In Massacre. It features everything we like. A word that has the word ass in it. And a drive-in. So there is a trailer.
M-Ass Acre is how you spell it.
Yeah. M-Ass Acres is the place to be. So let me see. This is all right. So I want you to go find Drive-In Massacre theatrical trailer. This is Severin Films Official is the one totally. It's a very popular. Yeah, there's a very popular movie on the internet. There's hundreds of trailers and movie versions up there, but we like Severin.
Severin Films Official. No space is our
space.
Drive-In Massacre. Drive-In M-Ass Acre theatrical trailer.
Theatrical trailer. There you go. All right. So let's watch this movie trailer in 3, 2, 1, go. I'll crank up the volume. By the way, this has been approved for restricted audiences only. You must be tied to a chair. August 10th in the California Drive, it all began. Oh, I like that. La la. It will be seen like nothing you'll ever seen before. An absolute and total horror. Oh, let's make out of the drive-in. Yeah, there's no maniacs around here. Hey,
we're safe.
I'm drunk. Come on. Uh-oh, your hand's gonna get cut off, dude. Don't do it. Didn't you read the title of the movie? Oh, there it is. Drive-In Massacre. Scream. Oh, there's more to this trailer.
There's cops.
Yes. Hey, we found this space in the community center. Well, it's now our police station. Wonder where in California. Ooh, a movie within a movie, literally. Get out.
Western, that's so drive-in.
The popcorn butter is artificial. Get out when you can. Let's all get murdered. Oh, look at the prices, huh? He did it, right? Look at that fucking Jughead hat.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, Chico probably fucking killed himself when he saw that hat.
Oh, it's too soon. You talk about Freddie Prinze, it's too soon.
Oh, I was talking about Chico Marx, who must have died in 77. Groucho died in 77, right? Do you think it's because of this movie?
No, I think he just expired.
Ooh, not only is there a drive-in massacre, but there's a guy driving out of a parking spot. Drive out parking spot. Uh-oh.
Amusement Park Messenger. That's Buck Flower.
Buck Flower. Why do I know that name?
Because he's always the bum. He was the bum in Back to the Future 3.
That's
Back
right.
To the Future. He was in...
We saw him in something, right?
Yeah. Fake Out.
Oh, was it? Oh, the Pia Zora movie?
Pia Zadora.
Wow, so you can tell this movie is exciting. Now they're in a warehouse massacre.
Yeah, there's not a lot of drive-in here.
I don't know. Like, would you see Drive-In Massacre in a drive-in? I don't know if I can.
That's risky.
It's risky. And finally, it will make you scream in
It's
terror.
like seeing Sundance Film Festival Killings premiering
Has
at
been deemed too
Sundance.
terrifying for that. The risk is entirely your own. The risk is entirely yours. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is our next week's movie, Drive-In Massacre, from 1977. But we warn you, watch it at your own peril, okay?
Right. It's entirely up to you.
Listen, you can watch it on your phone. You can watch it on your laptop. Do not watch this movie in a drive-in. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, audience. Thank you, Mutiny Radio. Later next week. See ya.
LWAFLMOYT. LWAFLMOYT. LWAFL.
No, you have to do it fast.
Okay, all right, fast. Okay, one more time. No, one more time.
We gotta go back to the first one. Then.
Oh, God. Okay.
You don't know what OCD is all about.
All right, let's do the first one. Right? LWAFLMOYT.
Do it again.
LWAFLMOYT. LWAFLMOYT.
LWAFLMOYT.
Let's watch a full-length movie on YouTube with Mike Spiegelman. Let's watch a full-length movie